So I looked out of the window at the grass of this girl's house who we just pulled up to, and it looked like a bouncy castle. Yo, so today, I have a fucking story for you. This is about the first time that I tripped on acid. We're at my friend's house, and originally we were gonna get shrooms. I think we had someone that was gonna give us like 7 grams of shrooms or something like that. It came later into the day and they kind of fell through. We had a friend with us who I'm gonna call the driver. He basically said, well, since we can't find shrooms, I think I have a guy that can get us some LSD. And we were like, yeah, you know, fuck it, we want a trip today. I think it was like, there was literally 5 of us. We filled up an entire car. Here's the first problem we ran into. So we now had a way to get the LSD, but we didn't have somewhere to trip at. All of our parents were home and there was no fucking way we were gonna try tripping like that. So what we actually ended up doing, and I do not recommend this at all to anybody. It was pretty stupid, but we had never done it before. Okay, actually, let me clarify. The driver had done it before, I think a couple of times, but the rest of us had not. It was 4 of our first trips. So we go to this guy, and I actually don't really remember much of it. I think I just kind of sat out in the car and waited on him to come back with it. Well, he gets back in the car and we're all talking about when we're gonna take it because we know that it's gonna take like an hour or so to hit. And so the driver said, since it's about an hour to get back to where we were parked before, he was gonna take it then. And so we kind of all just ended up taking it, I think. So we're driving and we're about an hour down the road. We're just now pulling back up in front of this girl's house who we obviously can't trip at, but we're outside. I think we're gonna go get some stuff. About the same time that we were pulling up in the driveway, I remember feeling like super just giggly. So I looked out of the window at the grass of this girl's house who we just pulled up to, and it looked like a bouncy castle. I remember looking at the driver and going like, hey man, do you want to go jump on this grass? So we get out of the car and we're jumping on this girl's grass as she goes inside to get whatever she needs. And like, I remember saying like, it's not bouncy, but all I could see was just like throughout the grass. So I looked at the sky, and I guess this was extremely visual acid because as soon as it started hitting, everything was different. I looked up at the sky, still jumping on the grass with driver, and it's like dark outside. It was probably like 11 o'clock, and the dark sky started to turn like blue and purple. Like, I mean, it's not like a fast change, but it was like kind of warping over to those colors, and I was like, holy shit, like, I'm fucked up. Like, I was having a great time. Like, I could not believe that you could see something like this. And then I remember seeing like, okay, no bullshit, this next part I remember vividly. A lot of people are gonna be like, no man, you were just tripping. Yeah, you didn't really see this, but look, I saw this. So I was looking up at the sky, watching it change colors, and no bullshit, I saw a shooting star. Like, I guarantee you this was not like a visual or anything like that. It was a real shooting star. So when I saw the shooting star shoot by, which was real, 100%. So once I saw like the shooting star shoot by, all of the other stars in the sky, which were pretty bright tonight, all began to start like shooting through the sky. They were all just shooting off in like one direction to the right. So continue on, this girl gets her stuff and she comes out, and since we have nowhere to trip, we're like, well, let's just drive around. So this brings me to the next part of the trip. We were in a neighborhood, and it was like one of those suburban neighborhoods that every house looked the same, and it was extremely foggy out. And the visual I started having as we started driving was that the road was eating itself and recreating itself behind us, because that was the only viewpoint I could see was the fog, just disappearing and reappearing as we went. So that was kind of crazy. So we finally get out of the neighborhood after about 3 hours, and then there's a Buffalo Wild Wings right as soon as we exit. So we we were like, fuck it, you know, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings, which brings us to part 3 of the trip. We go up to Buffalo Wild Wings, and so me, the driver, and another guy that was with us all went inside Buffalo Wild Wings and started to order to go. I don't know if all Buffalo Wild Wings are like this, but the one that we went to had like this big fire like sign, like it was a light up sign with fire that was kind of flickering on and off. Man, I looked at this sign for the entire time that we were in there, just mouth open, watching the flames like lick the ceiling and shit. It was actually ridiculous. All in all though, really just after that, we went back to that girl's house and parked in front and laughed for about 3 more hours. I think in total it was like an 8-hour trip, but we laughed for like 3 hours straight and passed out. I think we passed out in the Walmart parking lot till in the morning. All in all, like I said, I don't really recommend being in a vehicle. It's not safe, and we really were just dumb for doing it because we were inexperienced. But all in all, I think I had a really good experience for my first trip, a lot of funny memories, and I'm glad I did it with so many other people that it was also their first time. It kind of felt like a bond type thing. But yeah, guys, thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe down below, and turn the notification bell on because it really helps me out. I'll catch you guys next time. Bleh.